Let's go over compass bars and the navigation system in the Exploration Toolkit. So in this demo scene here, you can see at the top of the screen, I have a compass bar which shows me the north, east, south, west, etc. directions, as well as custom markers which we can create here. So you can see I can follow these markers, we can go up to them, they exist both in the world and on the compass bar. And also, if I go ahead and press Q, that is going to create a brand new marker here inside of the scene, which dynamically get added to the compass bar. Also, if I press C, that's going to switch the compass bar design, and you can of course create your own compass bars if you wish, but there are two that come with the toolkit, this ornate looking one, and this one right here, which is reminiscent of Skyrim. So let's have a look at how the compass bar works. So, first of all, we need to go over the navigation system. Now, inside of the toolkit, there are things known as navigation markers. So if I go over to where we have our objects, we might have an empty game object like this, and it has the navigation marker component. Now, a navigation marker could be anything. It could be a quest marker. It could denote different locations in your game, similar to RPGs, where you can follow your compass bar to reach an objective, pretty much whatever you want. Now, with these navigation markers, you can give it an icon to display, a color, which will be a tint, and then you can choose if you want it to be displayed as a world marker, which is one that appears in 3D space, a compass marker to appear in the compass bar, and a map marker to be displayed on mini-maps. Now, you can create as many markers as you wish, and you can also create them at runtime. Now, the way these are managed is via the navigation marker manager, which is a prefab you need to add into your toolkit here. So this is located in the core prefab systems management folder, the navigation marker manager. And this essentially just acts as a centralized registry for all of the markers. Whenever a navigation marker is initialized, it is going to register itself with the navigation marker manager. And this manager can then be accessed by the compass bar, by the minimap, by the world marker canvas in order to render the markers in the world. So if we go down to the compass bar, I have two of them here, the ornate and the RPG one. The ornate one, essentially, if we press F on it, we can see its canvas layout right here. You can of course go in and modify all of the individual elements that you wish. But over in the inspector, what we can do is see the compass bar component. And this right here, you can define a north direction. So if you don't want positive Z to be the north direction, you can change that here. The wrap extent, this is to basically determine at what point does the contents of the UI here loop. And let's have a look at that. So if I open up the canvas, you can see that this is a mask, okay? So if I select the mask container and disable the rect mask, you can see this is what it looks like, okay? We have basically the layout of the compass bar here, but it is of course been masked by the element here. And essentially, once this contents reaches 1,000 along the x-axis, it snaps and it loops around. That is what allows us to have that never-ending sort of rolling compass. We can then define the contents here, which is the contents of all or the stuff that moves left and right. We then have the player to determine where to place the markers on the compass, and the canvas here. Then we also have a marker prefab. If you want to change the look of the markers when they're inside the compass bar, you can modify that prefab right there. And the marker container is where we spawn and position all of the markers. Aside from that, it pretty much just works on its own. And these compass bars are going to be located in the implementation, prefabs, navigation, compass bars folder, okay? And there are two that come with the toolkit here, with more coming in the future. But you can, of course, create your own designs and make them to whatever sort of game that you wish. Now, let's go over something else, which is the Navigation World Marker Manager. Now, the World Marker Manager is another management system, which is located in the Prefab System Management folder. And this right here is a canvas. The World Marker Manager, essentially, it checks with the main marker manager, the navigation marker manager, and it renders all of the navigation markers in 3D space, or it renders them on a canvas, overlaying them on their 3D location, okay? So that can also be really handy if you want that in your game. And most RPGs have something similar to that. So yep, the compass bars on their own though don't need a controller or management system. All you need is the navigation marker manager to register your markers and then just drag in whatever compass bar you want to use. And these navigation markers can also be spawned at runtime. Whenever one of these are initialized, they automatically register themselves with the marker manager, so don't worry about having to manually drag them in or anything. That's all done automatically. And in fact, the compass, the navigation marker spawner, this right here is a little script where if you press, I believe, the Q button, it just spawns in one of these marker prefabs and it dynamically gets added to the world marker manager and to the compass bar. So yeah, that's a look at compass bars inside of the toolkit. And the other aspect of navigation is going to be minimaps, which we cover in another video.